Hello, journaling friends. I am here tonight to do a little experience, a two-parter experience. I'm going to, one, do a writing session for us together, as well as do some pages and process. And I'm going to share all of it in my Patreon, and I'm going to share part of it on YouTube. And I'm not sure which one is going to feel more intimate today. Sometimes one versus the other feels more like that would be a stretch to share more publicly and feels like it wants to be a little more insular. So my intention is to feel forward into feeling like I'm doing two things today for tonight. One, coming into connection in the pattern, cyclical pattern of being connected with you. Two, um, to practice the layers of comfort that I have in how we're connecting and on which platform as I continue to navigate my personal boundaries. And also, I'm just sort of tired and cozy and want to do something to feel more attuned to myself and more connected to a sense of community. So, thank you for being a part of my community. And I'm so excited to delve a little bit more deeply into connection with one another for a little writing practice. I think maybe what I'll do is I'll include the actual time of us writing together inside of the Patreon and the editing. This is my thought. So those of you who really feel good about spending time just in somatic attunement during the practice of writing next to each other, that you have that sort of co-regulation resource for you available as a thank you for supporting this channel, supporting my work that I share online. And then we're going to bridge into reading of my pages and process, which I haven't done on YouTube in a while because it was feeling like a stretch for my vulnerability. Unless things go wildly in the other direction where I still feel like it's too much of a stretch to share on YouTube, then I'll do the inverse and do the writing session full and then do the sharing of the pages in the Patreon. But I'm not sure how it's going to go, truthfully. And I feel the need to clarify the potential need to redirect in the editing process based on how things go in our time attuning together tonight. Knowing that the beautiful community that I have been building with you, while so kind and so nourishing as we do come into connection, it still does feel like speaking into a void of oblivion. And that's a strange thing to do. So I've been really reconciling with myself the why, the wherefore, the what is it that keeps me coming back into connection, into contact here, and how I want to give back to you in the way in which we connect, and how I also need and want and desire to meet myself in my own sense of felt security for the consistency that I want to foster with this practice that I have of making and sharing, and letting it be about finding a rhythm that feels good to me so that I can rest in the ritual here with our connection points, just like I rest into the ritual of my pages. And how I found so much safety in the blank page and the knowing that the blank page will meet me where I'm at, wherever I'm at. I'm also just aware that how I make and share is in some sense a kind of blank page, in some sense a kind of journal, and in other senses also just available. And so the availability piece is something I want to make sure that the parts and pieces I'm sharing of myself, of my process, of my practice, feel like they are truly that available and consensual for my sense of somatic safety, so that my body registers our relationship as safe, even as you've all shown up very comfortingly and kindly to me in the process. I have also been desirous of just, I think, letting it be okay to not share too much. And that feels kind of strange to me because I've had a lot of prying relationships where I felt like I needed to share everything, or I wouldn't be understood, or I would be misunderstood, or I would be projected upon. And while It's not that that isn't potentially the case. I think what I'm also looking to find in my sense of self and belonging is that I don't need to do those things in order to have connection. I don't need to over explain. I don't need to share everything that's going on in order to have value, in order to have a reason why others might want to spend time with me. And so thank you for spending time with me here. Cozy little corner of the internet. I have a glass of wine I opened the other night with my mom for the holiday. She's not here to finish drinking it with me, unfortunately. So I figured I would bring a little tonight. So if you are sober, then I toast to your sobriety. And if you would like to join me for a glass of something, I cheers to the connection that we share here. So thanks for being here. Okay. So for the writing session portion, I'm just going to fill you in on where I'm at, tell you 3 words about how I feel. We're going to attune to the body and we're going to enter our pages, usually for about 15-20 minutes. So I am in my living room. I have my red sweater on because I was feeling kind of sad. And I was like, let's do a writing session. And I've also been wanting to do weekly writing sessions in the Patreon. And so I thought this would be a nice time to do that since tomorrow's Wednesday. So that would be my posting schedule to do Wednesday shares in the Patreon as well as Sunday shares online on YouTube. And this particular Wednesday, because of the festivities of the season, and also just because I have such a small community here, I thought that it might be nice to share a little bit more with those of you who are in the YouTube space who aren't in the Patreon. I'm so nervous tonight. I have a lot of nerves lately. It is rainy today in Los Angeles. I've spent all day at home, mostly sleeping and recovering from just the extra emotional and energetic energies that I've spent for the holiday. I have a little gluten-free chocolate muffin to keep me company, and look at my glass of red wine and my journal that I've been working with. In the beginning of this journal, my intention is to write forward into the life that I want to live. And each of my journals, I start in the beginning to kind of set my intention for what it is I'm wanting to be sorting through in the process of the book. And I really want to feel a felt sense of secure attachment in my personal relationships as well as in my online spaces. And so what we're doing tonight is also an invitation from me to you to be in connection in increasingly secure ways together and with ourselves on the page and virtually online. Okay. So 3 words. I invite you to write them down or feel into them how you feel now. I'm going to write mine down and then I'm going to share mine with you. I am feeling calm, nervous, and tender. Let me know how you are feeling if you feel up for it in the comments. Okay. We're going to take a deep breath. Exhale. Coming into connection with our heart. Again, deep breath in. Clearing the mind. And exhale, deepening into the body. One more deep breath in. Allowing ourselves to open space inside of our sense of self. Exhale, release. And we're going to take whatever has been rising up or whatever is being invited in, and we're going to find out a little bit more about it as we channel that onto the page. I'm going to write 3 pages. You can do the same if that feels good to you. So. How you doing? I'm about halfway done. And my little chocolate treat is delicious. Do you have a drink and a special treat while we're writing together? Let me know what it is, if you do. Hmm. Ah, my pen got caught on my hair. Now it's hanging. Oh my gosh, I'm a mess. Sorry to interrupt your writing. I still have a page and a half. Here we go. Hmm, okay, those are the pages. Did you do it? How do you feel now? 3 words. I'm going to write mine, you write yours. Okay. My words are more honest, surrendered, at peace. My pages were sad today. They felt like really brokenhearted. I am curious how yours felt for you. Okay, we're going to do thing where I say thank you for joining me for this writing session. And if you choose to come back into connection for continued time together, I am going to read my pages in a moment. I'm not sure if I'm going to post them publicly on YouTube or if all of this will be privately inside of the Patreon, or if I'm going to do a combo platter and what's going to end up where. I'm feeling kind of like hot and overwhelmed and vulnerable. So I need to listen to that as like a boundary that is present and to be able to speak with you through that, to that, and then share it in the appropriate space, I feel like is the right next step. I think I'm getting a little warm. I'm going to do a little costume change. I'm going to finish my delicious chocolate treats and maybe switch from wine to tea. And then I'm going to come back and read my pages. I'll see you in a little bit.